Hello, and welcome to Great Hang, the greatest hang that's ever hanged. I'm your hang, Tim McLaughlin, coming to you with your other hang, Myka Fox. Hello, Myka.
Hi, Tim.
How are you?
Why is that so annoying to me today?
I don't know. Probably because I'm losing my voice edition of the podcast.
Oh, shit. Your drinking for 30 straight years is catching up to you edition.
Thank you. Hey, listen, some of us don't like to give up. We just like to continue the way we like to live our lives.
You are the model of perseverance.
That's right. I'm the very model of a giant alcoholic. But, yeah, we had a good weekend. We played wiffle ball yesterday.
That was fun.
Yeah, you made a hit.
Can you believe it? I got on base for the first time.
Can you believe that the boys were trying to not give you your hit when we had a chance to win the game at the end at that one game?
Oh, well, I was being a huge cunt. I was being a huge bitch. They're like, you want to play? I was like, no.
Yeah,
and
you
then,
really were being an asshole.
And then I went over to the side to sit in the shade, and I was like bored.
Yeah.
And I was like, my only way out of this shade is if I insist on playing the game.
Right.
Because otherwise, people would think the people I was talking to would think I just ditched them for no reason. So instead,
Yeah.
I was like, if I'm playing the game, then in my head, I
Right.
have a good reason to get out of this conversation. So I walked up and I said, why won't anybody let me play?
Yeah, and then everyone got mad at you.
Because it was the
Because
last
we asked
thing.
you if you wanted to play a million times. And then you were like, oh, so when do I hit? Like you wanted to play and then immediately go up to bat. Which there is an order.
Yeah, and you probably missed my turn like 50 times.
Yeah, we missed your turn if you were playing. But you start anew. You hit before Jeff. The Jeff, who no one ever looks to as an athletic man, I think got on base every single time he went up to bat.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty good of Jeff. So Jeff Sheen, baseball player of the day, or wiffle ball player of the day.
You know actually who my wiffle ball player of the day is?
Who?
The Hawk.
Oh, that's right. Dude, that was so fucking tight.
That was the coolest thing. I saw it first.
Myka saw it first. I yelled, oh shit, a hawk.
It flew right over my head. There was a good chance I looked up, it could have just gone straight for my eyeballs.
Yes.
It was maybe a foot
I
and a half over
I would
me.
say the fact that it didn't go for your eyeballs is insane.
How close was it? Because you saw from far, or did you see it go over my head?
I didn't see it go over your head,
was
and I
so
do not think
close.
there was a good chance that it would go for your eyeballs.
But instead it flew right over me, landed, snatched a mouse right out of out of like a weird marsh that had happened in the field because of the rains.
It's been raining for a few days. This just picked up this mouse 10 feet from us.
Did not land. There was no landing. It swooped down, snatched it in mid-flight, and flew back up and around and into a tree. And I'm telling you, it was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was fucking sick. It was so sick. Everybody, and then our team, of course, adopted the hawk as our mascot, and the other team were the rat that got picked up. And our team ended up losing, which hopefully that rat ended up winning in the end. But I think hawk was eating its innards from a tree.
Yeah, for sure half of its body fell on someone having a picnic below.
That would have been so funny if we also got to see that.
I kept waiting for screams.
Yeah, just some rat head just falls on a woman. That would have been sick.
Yeah. Well.
But yeah, it was the sickest thing I've ever seen, besides the other times I've seen that happen. But it is fucking cool.
Oh, you've seen that before?
Yeah, I've told you the story of when this duck was raping another duck, because all duck sex is rape. And this duck was in the backyard trying to rape another duck, and an ally from the sky swoops down and grabs the duck and flies away.
It's flies the raping duck. Wouldn't it be funny if it grabbed the rape victim?
Yeah.
And be like, no, this is my victim.
No, yeah. Me and my mom watched it happen. It was in the backyard.
That's
It just
crazy.
swooped up. And then another time, a hawk fell out of a tree with a chipmunk in its talons and landed on the hood of my car and got blood all over the hood of my car. And it looked right at me, and then it flew away. It was amazing.
Wait, I don't understand. It landed on the car on purpose?
It was in a tree, I think, and lost its footing.
The hawk did?
Yeah, because it smacked my car.
And how far below? Can't hawks fly? Why would it just plummet?
I don't know.
This story does not hold water.
Well, okay. Well, the story happened. It is real. I was driving back from my grandmother's house. I was being a good little boy, and I saw my grandmother, and
my grandma.
I
love my grandma so much.
I do love my grandma, and it will be her 90th birthday soon, which she told me was coming next month, which it is not. It's in August.
Oh,
but
my grandma has dementia. I love her so much.
yes, it makes me love her even more. But I stopped at the stop sign, and a hawk just fell onto the roof of my car with a fucking chipmunk, blood smeared all over the hood of my car, and it just took off.
So what you would have seen from the inside of the car is just hearing the noise and then the hawk taking off.
No, it landed on the hood of my
hood,
car.
okay.
I was looking straight at it. I looked it right in the eyes, and I said, I love you.
Yeah. Oh, so it is possible when it's to other species to make eye contact.
Yes, it was the coolest shit I've ever seen.
What do you? I don't know, Tim. Why would it just fall? I don't believe they just lose their footing. They're not like you.
I don't know.
They're not like you drunk home from Union Hall at the end of the night where you just fall into the walls and floor.
I didn't fall into the walls or the floor last night at all.
He said, falling into his words as he said that sentence.
I bounced around a little bit like a pinball, but I didn't fall anywhere.
Motherfucker act like, blow up sumo costume. I just bouncing around. I'm not fall. You can't fall when you're all a ball.
Anyway, that did happen. It is real that happened. You cannot believe me if you want, but it did happen.
Okay,
I don't know.
Something happened. I believe something happened.
I believe a hawk. Here's what I believe happened. I believe a hawk was on the hood of my car with a chipmunk in its talons and then flew off of the hood of my car.
With the chipmunk?
With the chipmunk into the sky. And I believe that happened because I fucking saw it happen. I saw it happen right before my two beautiful blue eyes.
You don't think it landed and then flew?
It might have landed, but there was not a yeah, okay, maybe it landed and then flew, but it was the sickest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was like 4 feet from me. It was awesome.
If it was on the hood of your car, wouldn't it even be closer?
Well, I couldn't grab it. Like, it was towards the end of the hood of my car.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it was so cool. And that's a memory I will hold until I, too, get dementia.
Yeah, you're like that, and it happened today.
So we played wiffle ball. What else happened this weekend? Anything else good besides wiffle ball? What did we do Saturday? Oh, it's pouring rain now.
Hell yeah! I went to Terrytown to tell jokes for old
That's
rich
what
Jews.
it was. I did nothing really Saturday. I don't think. I can't remember.
Yeah, you did. You did that late night show.
Oh, that's right. I had 2 shows. Oh, I drank all day. Yeah.
What a surprise.
I went to Django's house. Didn't know I went to Django's house with no shows.
You went to Django's and you got a little unchained.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely incredible stuff from Myka over here.
Thank you.
This is what the Daily Show writers want opening up for them. So I go to Django's house. No shows when I go to Django's. So I'm like, oh, I'll get pretty hammered and then I'll just go home and go to bed at around 9 p.m. But Ronnie hits me up. Says, hey, will you run the barbershop show at Revision Lounge? And I said, brother, I'm 8 drinks in. You got it. And he goes, perfect. And then I get home, pants off, get in bed with my beautiful girlfriend, who is yet to be named. But I get into bed, and Harrington from Brooklyn Comedy Club hits me up. He goes, hey, can you come do the midnight show?
You are missing a step to this.
Yes.
First, Harrington hits me up and says, hey, can you come do the midnight show? And I said, no, brother, I'm in bed and I'm tired. And then
he hits me up, the second option. And he asked me if I could do it.
As far as in this house.
Yes. I mean, if he could, he'd have Toe do it. But Toe's not going over there.
If I could, I'd have Toe do it. That'd be fucking tight.
She'd be up there doing all her licks. Everybody's laughing, like
She'd
clapping.
be up there,
Maybe she'd do a big jump.
She'd be like, don't you ever notice how when you let a mouse go, it runs away like you're not going to just catch it again?
She's got classic bits. But I get up, put my pants on, 2 legs at a time like I like to do, and I go take the train over to Brooklyn Comedy Club, do my little set, and then come home, get paid because I needed the money. I couldn't just go to bed. I needed the money from the show. Because I don't get to go do the Daily Show writers fucking shit at a theater and get paid for amount of money to host the Daily Show writers.
That's my first real theater to perform at.
How was it?
It was great. It was historic.
Yes.
It was moderately attended.
Oh, that's where
man.
Kevin Meaney did one of his specials at the Tarrytown Theater.
Oh, I bet that would have been a sight. I bet it was the exact same people who went to that went to this. If I could guess by the number of oxygen tanks in the audience.
Oh, really? Were they old?
It was gnarly. Well, because there was like some young people, you know, and then like people with oxygen tanks. It's like an old person's town, and then probably people who are like live with their parents from college or something, you know?
Yeah.
So it was like, you couldn't get them all on one side because there's too much of a generational divide.
Ah, there was a generational divide.
And also a
everybody
divide
there,
between people because there were a lot of empty seats.
but everyone there had to be a Democrat, right?
I'd assume that, yeah. I think it's like a lot of rich Jews and just rich liberals. And I call them Jon Stewart liberals.
Ah, yes.
That the type of old Jew who's like, everything Jon Stewart says is what I believe politically, you know?
Yeah.
And I used to march on Washington, so that's why I'm allowed to own 5 homes and you don't get to have any.
Yeah. Go out there like, look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him.
That's right.
I would have just done Kevin Meaney bits.
Yeah, they would have. I'm sure they would have loved you.
You can do Kevin Meaney's act now because he's dead. So, like, you're allowed to do his act.
Really? I'm going to do Kurt Cobain's.
You're just up there like, rape me.
That basically does sound like my act.
Oh, anything else exciting before we move on to our next segment?
Well, where are we? Because I was like, there was one thing that I thought was interesting from that ride, from that trip.
Oh, yes. Go on. Speak on it.
So one of the writers that I met, who is performing on the show, is Joe Opio.
Friend of the show, Joe Opio.
Who is wonderful, hilarious, very smart, and but from Uganda, and has only lived in America for 8 years, and somehow still is just completely bewildered.
I do not understand anything that happens in this country, Myka.
That was Simba. No, wait, what's it?
Huh?
Not the dad in...
Aslan.
No, in Lion... God, what? Did you make a literary reference?
His dad is Aslan.
Wait, how did you know that?
It's the lion from The Witch in the Wardrobe.
But how do you know that?
I've seen the movie.
All right, I was like, the fuck? I forgot they made that a movie. Mufasa, yeah. Yours, but
everything everything the light touches is yours.
There's no need for that when I'm telling the story. Everyone's seen The Lion King. I don't know why you're just like, oh, he's from Uganda, and you just have to start doing an impression of Mufasa.
This is a Mufasa.
Oh, is that the scene where he like jizzes in his wife, and then that's when they have Simba?
Yeah.
I thought so. Okay, let me get to it.
Joe Opio.
Myka,
it is very nice to meet you.
So he's like telling me, he's like how like, you know, like the biggest like pride in the kid, like the thing you look forward to the most is like getting to slit the chicken's neck on Christmas.
Yeah, that's
He's
cool.
like, you want to slit the chicken's neck, you know, because then you get the liver, you know, and shit like that. I'm like, oh my god, like 6 years old. Like, oh no, you're not old enough. You have to be older to that way you don't let go and the blood goes everywhere. Like that's like the big concern raising children there, I guess. But he was very shocked.
Is that blood goes everywhere?
Like if the kid slits the chicken's neck too young and they're too young, they won't be able to hold on to the rest of the chicken and the blood will get everywhere. And you can't be having that.
Right.
Your children just can't be getting chicken neck blood everywhere.
We do not like chicken neck blood everywhere in our tribe.
But the thing that really got me is he could not grasp the concept of pets.
Oh yeah, having a child that's covered in fur.
It's just, he was like, it's going to die before you. What is the point? You invest all that time and then it just died. I'm like, and I'm sitting there, and for a second there he got me. I'm like, yeah, like it is sad. I do think about that. And then I was like, wait a second. Does that mean that like every time he makes a friend, they have to be much younger and healthier than him? like is every relationship like one you must be able to die first in?
Yeah, you must be. What is your BMI? Do you have diabetes?
Because I was like, yeah, you're right. I was like, it is just gonna die. I was like, and I'm trying to explain. I was like, but you enjoy them for the time you have, and it's like a friendship. You just have a kid. Just if you invest all that, it's like an investment of his.
Yeah. I am sorry, I cannot be your friend. You have terminal illness.
Right, he has a doctor screen everybody.
Yeah. With that Daily Show money, I bet he could.
I bet he could.
Well, good for him. And he said he'll never go back to Uganda.
Oh yeah, well, because he was like that. He was in a ghetto, I guess, in Uganda,
Yeah.
and now he makes money. He's like, why would I ever go back there?
Right.
So I mean, that makes perfect sense. But by the end of the conversation, I'm telling him I'm like, no, it's nice, like you're friends with the thing, and like they bring you joy while they're in your home. And he's like, oh, maybe I will get the cat. I'm like, no, dude.
No,
No.
you don't get a cat.
No, I was like, I don't think you can get.
Not chicken slitter.
No. I was like, you literally went from, the neighborhood dog used to be a thing you fed chicken bones to.
Yeah.
And then wonder where it went. I'm like, it went to die.
Yeah.
It went to choke on the chicken bones you fed it, you psychopath.
Oh, well, that's fun. And
That was fun.
it sounds like you did well at your show. Did you do well?
I didn't think I did well until I realized that's how the show just went.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes the show just is not good, and then everyone afterwards was like, that was great. And
Well-
it's like, well, tell your face and laughter that. Like, laugh then.
They were, but it was like, a lot of masked. It was just like more.
Yes.
It was a theater too, which is like a different vibe. Mm-hmm. Much different vibe. Anyway, it was fun. It was a good show.
Well, that's good.
Shout out to Matt Koff, friend of the show, who
Shout out Matt Koff, friend of the show.
included me in that, and Randall Otis, who was also very funny on it.
Quit clicking that.
I like it.
Give me it.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're on to our next segment. Mm-hmm. Myka Fox's hot take of the week.
Oh, was that next?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
That is I have it right here.
I thought the news stories was before.
We
that.
can do the news stories
What
first.
was it last time?
It was Myka. It meant this. This was the order from last
okay.
time.
All right. Here we go. Then Myka Fox's hot takes.
Yes. She's Myka Fox. She reads Twitter. Here's a take that you've gotta hear. Damn it. We'll work. Song in progress.
I found this stuff on Twitter from @Kate Whitaker,
Oh.
who quote tweets with "What on earth is going on with men?" ? What on earth is going on with men?
I would like to know.
So this is a story from Reddit. Self-advice. How can I get my boyfriend to stop digging his tunnel?
Oh, well, I mean, sometimes you gotta dig a tunnel. Okay. Before we go on, I've got a couple questions that will be answered in the article, I would assume. But is the tunnel going to a different house? Is it, or is he just? This is just what I'd like. This is what I'm assuming.
You think that you're assuming the tunnel has a purpose,
Yes,
and a destination,
yes, or
yeah,
some type of doomsday prepper type situation.
Okay, doomsday prepper. All right, so this is what we got. Hold on, I'm trying to make it bigger for this. Okay, so I know this is a weird question, but my boyfriend likes to spend a lot of his free time digging a tunnel on some property that he inherited. I haven't seen the full extent of it, but last I saw it was remarkably deep under the surface. Under the surface, a little redundant, but okay.
Yes.
I'm like, under the surface of what?
Under the surface.
There we go.
My boyfriend digs here. Under the surface. He eats on worms.
What is happening?
I'm trying to be really funny.
Oh. Just let it flow through you, Tim.
That came straight from my heart.
Oh, shit. I didn't know it was a bunch of cholesterol. All
Damn,
right.
that was brutally rude.
Remarkably deep under the surface. He spent roughly a year on it, and it's evident. The front of this thing is deep, wide, and well put together. At the front, which is the only part that I've seen, he's got cement beams, electric lights, even chairs, and a small table. I haven't gone into it, but it looked like the quality severely dropped as the tunnel went further. Mostly becoming open dirt with some wood beams holding it up. My biggest concern is his safety. I'm really worried that he's going to dig too deep and it'll collapse on him or something. I've tried voicing this concern to him, but he just laughs it off and assures me that he'll be fine.
Right. That sounds right.
Yeah, this I relate to a lot.
Yeah. Well, that's because women are stupid, dumbass bitches that don't understand how things work.
It's okay. I can eat 10 hot dogs for breakfast. It'll be fine.
And it was fine. And I was completely fine.
Okay. It'll be fine. Aside from safety concerns, there's also the fact that he doesn't really have a social life because of this thing.
He's not getting his boys over to help him with his damn tunnel.
This is a solo tunnel project. He says, I'm pretty much the only person he still talks to outside of his job, and he doesn't go out or do anything anymore. It used to be that he'd occasionally head out and do some digging on the weekends, but now he spends almost all of his free time out there. He still comes home, but he barely spends any time with me, and I know that he isn't digging any. I know that he isn't doing anything but digging the damn hole in the ground. This can't be good for his mental health, but I don't know how to convince him to stop. He's always really happy when he comes back from digging.
He's down there jerking off a damn mole.
Which is why I haven't... You think he's just jerking off down there?
I think he's down there fucking moles. She dating a mole man?
A mole. She says he's always happy when he comes back, which is why I haven't seriously tried to stop him before. But I was talking to a friend about him, and she told me he might be going crazy.
Maybe. Your boyfriend who spends all his free time digging a hole on some property he inherited. It sounds like one of those things like when an alien abducts a person and then they send like a fake person back and that fake person's just like doing alien shit like digging a hole all the time.
Yeah, it's very weird. And then she goes, obviously, I don't think he's insane. Why not?
Yeah, he's digging a damn hole.
I don't think that's obvious at all.
First of all, who are the chairs for? Why does he have more than one chair?
That's a good point.
Who else is going down there? His alien friends
It's also,
who are monitoring the Earth from the inside.
It's also pretty funny to have a table at all.
Yeah. Yeah, what the hell?
I would play solitaire at the opening of his tunnel, I guess.
Probably.
So, I don't think he's insane, but I hadn't considered the mental health aspect of this, and I just don't know what to do. TLDR, boyfriend spends all of his time digging a tunnel, and I'm worried for both his physical and mental health.
I'm worried for his mental health. His physical health, I'm sure everything is fine and he knows what he's doing.
That thing could easily collapse on him. It's just a pile of dirt.
Well, it seems like he's a good guy who's got his head on right as far as tunnel building goes.
I think he's got tunnel vision.
Yes, he for sure has tunnel vision.
All I can think about is that tunnel. Do you think it's like a metaphor for his mom's like womb and shit? He's trying to go back to the uterus?
No, I don't. I legitimately think his real self was abducted by aliens.
Yeah.
And aliens sent a fake alien person down here to create a tunnel system for them to move freely without us knowing.
So you think this is an abnormal way to behave?
Yes.
Okay, then answer me this, Tim. Why did Kate Whitaker say, "What is going on with men?"
Well,
as though this was just a male thing to do.
Now, here's the thing. I don't know Kate Whitaker. I don't know if she's a very popular person. I don't know if she's... is she like a Twitter person?
I don't think I know her, and no blue check mark.
Okay, so here's the deal, Kate Whitaker. Shut the fuck up. This is just one man's fucking deal. Men are out here building your fucking home, first of all, above damn ground.
There is no way that you know that.
That a man built her home?
I would say you are 100% correct, but there is just... but there is no way that you know that.
I think I can even narrow down the race of that man.
Really? Without knowing where she lives?
I think several Mexican men built her home based on anecdotal evidence of me going to construction sites for 20 years.
What if she grew up in Puerto Rico?
I still think the dudes are Mexican.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Kate Whitaker, shut up. You get Tim's shut up bitch of the week.
Here's the thing though, it does seem like I would... If you were told a story, someone is spending all their time digging a hole.
Yeah.
You're gonna picture a man.
Yes, of course, but I'm not gonna say what is wrong with men. I would say what is wrong with this man.
All right, but not all men dig tunnels, but all people who dig tunnels are men.
Sexism.
I think that's true.
I think it's true also, but I also think
you can't get rid of the gender binary when you know that this tunnel thing is true. Have you know?
The only women that are digging tunnels are women who used to be men.
Well, no, because they'd be women the whole time, Tim.
So the only women digging tunnels are women who are now men.
But they've always been men.
Right. But I'm saying visually.
But yeah, at birth. Assigned at birth, Tim.
Yes, that's
Women
what I
assigned
mean.
at birth, yes.
Yes. So, okay. So that makes sense. Okay, so we figured that out. We figured out the trans community's stance on tunnels, which is what I was trying to figure out today.
I think we have a new bio for this podcast.
Yeah, what is it?
Figuring out the trans community's stance on people who dig tunnels.
I hope they're accepting of them. It would be fucked up if that's the only people they don't accept.
The only people they don't accept are the intolerant.
Thank you. And if you're gluten intolerant, stay away from the damn trans community. I'll tell you that.
Whoa, and that is hot take.
I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna say that's Tim McLaughlin's joke of the week. Is that your only hot take for today?
That's the only one I got, yeah.
Nice. Well, that was a pretty good one. It is no waffle stomp, which did get 100,000 views on Facebook.
The people like shit play, and I'll look for some
People
more.
fucking love to tag people when there's shit going on. Speaking of which, time for the news. Ding 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 ding
wow.
ding. Amber Heard blames Johnny Depp's bed poo on dog. She's blaming the dog for shitting on the bed. I don't think that's funny, she said.
She doesn't think what's funny.
That
He would say that it was her?
Well, we'll find out. I haven't read the article.
Well, I already have thoughts.
This is from
I already have thoughts.
Oh, okay. Go on.
This is there a picture of the shit? Because I'll tell you if it came from a woman or a dog right now.
Here's the thing. I can probably
I will tell
find
you
it.
right now. I think I have incredible poodar.
I can probably find an image of it.
I mean, and even if I can't, I'm sure we could get a tracker. Where's Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Here is a picture of the shit. Let me see. Oh, fuck. It brought me to a whole thing. Damn it. Hold on.
You got to be careful when you click.
Hey, I can find it right. It's right here. Look.
Okay. Make your screen bright. Okay.
It seems like it's
not
been
looking good for Amber Heard.
You think that's a human? You think Amber Heard dropped the turd?
Well, here's why. It's hard to see.
That's censored.
They pixelated the turd. Like we can't walk down the street.
Here. I don't like this game.
Because
it's gonna make me vomit.
Tim hates shit. He's a real fecal freak.
I'm a fecal denier.
He's
okay. So you think that is a human turd?
It is malformed.
But there were a lot of streak pictures.
And there's a lot of streaks, which I know dogs wipe their ass. But here's the thing: when a dog takes a shit, it's usually pretty well formed.
Normally,
and
yes.
then they wipe their ass because they're very comfortable with taking a shit outside of a toilet. That shit looks like one that was taken by somebody who is not used to shitting outside of a toilet.
A shit taken in duress.
Yes.
Yeah.
In a duress.
Yes.
You
think this? Okay.
I mean, we can bring in a forensic.
We'll bring in a forensic shitologist.
Thank you.
Amber Heard denied defecating in the marital bed she shared with ex-husband Johnny Depp, saying in court Monday that the couple's Yorkshire Terrier was the real culprit. The Aquaman actress, 36, testified that Depp, 58, accused her friend of leaving human excrement on the side of the bed at their apartment in Los Angeles after a fight the night of her 30th birthday.
Well, it was her 30th birthday? Why didn't everyone say that?
Yeah,
that explains everything, Tim.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it's your 30th birthday. You're all emotional because you're not young and viable anymore. And you have to be married to Johnny Depp.
Yes.
So you get all upset. You're in your feels. You want to shake things up. You want to feel young again. Mm-hmm. I've never felt younger than when I'm shitting myself in bed.
First of all, I don't think that's funny, Heard said, as the couple's sensational defamation trial resumed in
Defecation trial?
Hey-o. I was not also in a pranking mood, she told the jury. My life was falling apart.
And so was her ass.
Yeah.
We'll do it all day, people.
Heard claimed the dog Boo had lifelong bowel control issues because she had eaten a bag of Depp's weed as a puppy. I don't think that...
Oh, further blame, huh?
Yeah, I don't think that does that.
It ruins a dog's intestines forever?
Yeah. I had just been attacked on my 30th birthday.
I don't see why I would do that at all. It's just weeds. Like, I don't think, like, the all that stuff doesn't really, like, if it had been, like, weed food,
Yeah.
it would fuck up the dog. But since when it's not cooked, it just pass it, like,
Right, it doesn't
or
do
something.
anything to you. I had just been attacked on my 30th birthday by my violent husband, with whom I was desperately in love and knew I needed to leave, Heard said of the circumstances surrounding the alleged feces prank.
It's also not a prank. And I agree it's not a prank. That's something you do when you're fucking pissed.
Yeah.
That's also insane, but...
It was not really a jovial time, and I don't think that's funny, period, she continued. That's disgusting. Yeah, it seems like, I don't know how Johnny Depp's, if it was framed as a prank, but it seems like a revenge style thing, not a prank.
Yeah.
Like, look who's shit in your bed, you fucking old bitch.
Yeah.
Depp is suing Heard for $50 million, claiming she defamed him in a 2018 Washington Post op-ed in which she wrote that she had been a victim of domestic abuse. Now, I don't think Johnny Depp is going to win this case.
No.
Because I don't think that you can fully point to her article as to him losing work.
No?
Because I think there were a lot of other articles about him being like a drunk and a drug addict and all of these things. But now I think that you could point to her article as to him losing the Pirates of the Caribbean work with Disney. But he had also had some bombs, like some real bombs at the box office.
He's bomb-proof, though. They keep hiring him for everything,
Yeah.
which is why that she should also win the suit, because it's like, listen, man, your career just fucking fell off. It had nothing to do with anyone.
Yeah. The Pirates of the Caribbean star had accused Heard of leaving feces in their bed following a massive fight shortly before she headed off to Coachella with her gal pal.
Oh, she was just practicing for taking a shit at Coachella.
Heard said she was getting ready to travel to the music festival with a friend and had left Bo and the couple's other dog, Pistol, on the bed while she packed for the trip. Mm-hmm. So why wouldn't she have picked the shit up if she was in the room and had seen the dog shit on the bed?
That's a great point.
That is a point from... Now, I'm not one of these big city lawyers. I'm just a small town boy from a farming community of 1 million people called Indianapolis. But seems to me, if a dog's shitting on a bed, then you should pick up the shit the dog left.
Yeah.
But earlier in the trial,
But
now...
maybe not if you're going to rush to catch a flight.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
She probably also has... You're forgetting they're rich people.
Well, she also seemed to be
They probably have a
incredibly...
cleaning lady.
She probably had a cleaning lady, but she's also seems to be late to everything, according to this, from things I've seen on the trial.
Really?
It's like, it was hard. It's hard to, like, get her... Like, this dude was like, yeah, I had to, like, corral her. We almost missed our flight, and we had everything VIP. Like, it's one of those things. Early in the trial, now in its 5th week, Depp testified that he planned to stop by the apartment to retrieve some belongings when someone at home sent him a photo of what they described as human fecal matter, on his side of the bed.
Yeah. That's how I would describe it.
Yeah. My initial response to that was, I laughed, the actor told the court. It was so bizarre and so grotesque that I could only laugh. And then he claimed that Amber Heard tried to blame it on the dogs. They're teacup Yorkies. They weigh about 4 pounds each. I live with those dogs.
That's way too big for a teacup Yorkie.
Uh-huh. He goes, I pick up their funk. It was not the dogs.
He also calls them their funk. No, wrong. That's not the correct use of that.
Well, she said that Depp was obsessed with dog poop. Well, I think he's trying not to curse and says funk to be like...
So say poop.
Yeah. So, anyways...
Excrement. Funk is like a musk it's like the smell of your, like, pits or even your crotch. It's like a funk. It's a smell. It's not anyway.
So, Depp sent her a text message calling her shameless for letting her friend work out of their penthouse. And then he brought up the idea of getting a divorce. I tried to make it, and you just turned more and more into a spoiled brat, he wrote, as seen in the text. And all you wanted was wars to make the what? All you wanted was to make the fucking miserable. I don't know. Well, I'm finally there. I'll never be able to understand how I fell in love with you. And that's the end of the article.
Good job, Tim.
Yeah.
Now you can have your Capri Sun and go hit the swings.
So that was our little shit segment for the day, in case anyone was worried we weren't going to have one. Now, here's a little thing I came across as a little palate cleanser. The funniest tweets from parents this week.
What?
Yeah.
This isn't news, Tim.
This isn't
Tim,
news.
it was your job to look up news.
I found some news.
No, that's not news. That's a listicle.
No, I said the last thing was news.
Yeah, and this is what?
This is some tweets that are funny from parents.
No, why would you
Well,
do
it's a
that?
comedy podcast. I figured people want to laugh.
What website is this?
Huffington Post from the UK. My kid went to a B-Day party today and asked if she could bring me home a piece of cake because, quote, my mom really just loves cake. And I don't know, guys. I think this is my proudest parenting moment to date.
Stop. Make it. That's not. No, those aren't even jokes. That's not jokes. That belongs on a blog read by only other moms.
This is from @Spellbound.
Tim,
This one's from
what's the next news story?
I don't have another one. This is from Vinod Chopro. My car was making annoying squeaking noises. It stopped once I dropped the kids off.
Oh, I was like, it stopped once I pulled the kids out of the wheel well.
Yours is better.
I know. What? Can you believe that parents are not very funny and have to have kids to have something to talk about?
This is from Lucy Huber, who has a blue check mark. It says, people with babies, I don't see why people stop traveling when they have kids. You can just strap the baby in and go hiking, grab a stroller, fly to Europe. It's really all in your mindset. Those people a year later with a toddler. It only took us 23 minutes to get down the stairs this morning.
I hate this. I fucking...
I knew you'd hate it. I knew you'd hate it so much. That's why we're going to read all of them.
Tim, no. Here's the thing. This brings us to Roe, I think, because...
Who are you for, Roe or Wade?
Gee, no one's ever asked me that.
I like to ask the hard-hitting questions.
Who's the...
I knew you didn't know.
I have no fucking clue.
It was Roe versus Wade.
I don't know which is one. I don't even know if one's the father and one's the mother, or if one's the government and one's a doctor. I don't fucking have any idea.
Who are you for in Alien versus Predator?
Oh, Alien.
Wrong. You got to be for the Predator. The aliens are bad.
Aliens are cool. Predator, I don't understand.
Predator is tight.
I know what an alien is. It's another being from outer space. What is a predator?
Predator's an alien, but it's like a bounty hunter style alien.
Wait, it's alien versus alien?
Yeah, pretty much. But
the
aliens
fuck is this bullshit?
But the aliens are from Alien and Predator is from the movie Predator, and there's only one Predator versus all of the aliens.
I guess that's tight.
Yeah, dude, Predator is tight. We should watch Predator. A lot of hard bodies in Predator. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's Schwarzenegger at its best.
You know, the only thing I think of when I think of Predator is my time working at the Cheesecake Factory. There was this old waitress, this like white lady with red dreadlocks that went down.
Yeah.
And everyone said she looked like the Predator, and I was like, cool.
That is tight. Did my grocery shopping with the world's greatest mom balloon clip to my cart? What?
I did my grocery shopping with
did my grocery shopping with my world's greatest mom balloon clipped to my cart.
How do I know how to read it better than you and you're looking at it?
I wasn't buying it. I just wanted everyone to know.
What? What? Where did the balloon come from?
She didn't. She just took it and clipped it to the cart while she was walking around.
I wasn't buying the balloon.
Yeah.
She just want to let everyone know that she had a child once.
Yeah, there are a ton more of these.
Oh my fucking god!
It's the last month of school, and here are 97 activities.
Does anyone have some what's it, chloroform? Can you just wake me up when this is done?
No.
How many are there? Wait, how many are there? No, that is, you're scrolling way too long.
All right, I'll find like 3 more.
Okay. No, just one more. Tim.
7. Dad, why don't they name their
Oh,
think
that
they
is the
named
most
their-
annoying thing. They instead of using their kid's name, they say the age. It's
Yeah.
so dehumanizing.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not like they named him Seven like that Seinfeld thing?
No.
Oh, 7. Dad, why don't you grow a beard? Husband, your mom wouldn't like it if I did. 7. Oh, would she be jealous because she can't grow one? What about that?
Oh my, and then they laughed about it and they told people at dinner parties that every day for the rest of his life when he comes home from college, they'll tell that story and be like, isn't my kid precocious that he recognized that women can't grow beards and men can? Isn't that the most amusing thing that ever came out of my pussy? Is this talking idiot?
That's from Word S. I just found out my daughter has me saved in her phone as 9-month hotel.
Oh yeah, fucking right. You fucking liar.
That's from Sasshole 785.
Fucking, she wishes her daughter even talked to her on the phone.
All right, I'm gonna scroll.
Her daughter, it's like that daughter does not talk to that woman. Her daughter probably has you saved in her phone under your first name.
Sass. And her last name's Hole.
It's not under mom, I can tell you that.
All right, do you want one from Jules or from Kevin the Dad? We can either go from Kevin the Dad or from Jules.
Okay. Heads, kill me.
Okay.
Tails, kill yourself.
All right. So we'll go with Kevin the Dad.
Good. I was kind of hoping for a man's point of view.
Never underestimate how annoying it can be to have your kid constantly repeat a word you made up.
You're not even going to say the word?
Here, I can read the full Twitter conversation if you'd like.
Oh, there's more? Oh, it's a thread? Oh,
Yeah.
This is a thread.
Oh, well, then let's check out Jules.
No, wait, what's the thread? Come on. Come
we
on,
go.
Dad the Dad.
Full Twitter conversation. We've been trying to figure out for a month what he means when he says Samicos before trying to play fight us.
Let me see if I can guess. I don't know. Go.
Yesterday, he was watching TV, heard the word amigos, and instantly said Samicos because that's got to be it, right? But why doesn't he just say, why does he say Samico and hit me?
Constantly repeat a made up word. I thought it was a word that the dad made up.
Oh, well,
And that's why I was like,
I read it wrong again.
Okay, now this is so boring. I cannot believe how boring this is.
Parenting little kids is mostly saying, please eat, or do not put that in your mouth. Funny. Okay, well, that was...
Oh, isn't that ironic? It's so funny because they'll put anything in their mouth except for the food you want to give them. Isn't that ironic? It's kind of... Isn't that crazy? It's kind of like having a daughter who's anorexic. She wants the attention, so she won't eat, but she'll suck all the dick.
Well, anyways, that was my segment. Annoy the shit out of Myka
That
for
pissed
10
me
minutes.
off so much.
But we have to get to a real segment.
I hate you.
But that's fine. We have to get to a real segment. Reviews for the podcast.
Oh, that sounded like Jeff Foxworthy was doing it. Oh my god,
Review.
reviews!
We got reviews for the podcast.
If I ever meet Jeff Foxworthy, I'm going to record him saying that.
If you like this podcast, then you should leave a review.
If you leave a 5-star review, you might like this podcast.
Yeah, if you go on iTunes and leave a 5-star review for this podcast, you might be a part of Albanian Nation. All right, here we go. We have one new review for the podcast today.
Ooh.
A perfect show. P-U-R. P-U-U-U-U-U-R.
Sounds like someone's a fan of toes. Yeah?
It's going to be true. Lonnie B. From
Yeah.
Lonnie B. The best cat podcast out there.
Oh my god, are we a cat pod?
Tune in to hear about how cute a cat named Toe is and stick around to find out if she does a big jump. During the show.
You want to know how how great this review is that if that's the only one you read
Yeah.
about this podcast,
Yeah.
and then tuned in, and we're just talking about like waffle stomping,
Yeah.
and fucking hating parents, and our dumb friend Jeff.
Yeah. This is a good podcast if you like.
We haven't brought up Toe at all.
Today I brought her up a little bit, but we talked about how funny she would be if she did stand up.
Oh, that's right. And she's taking a nice sleep on the chair.
Yes, but also this podcast is good if you like either hearing about what Jeff Sheen is up to or the cat. Myka and Tim are pretty funny too, and then a bunch of cat emojis.
Who is this?
This is from Lonnie B.
Lonnie B, thanks a lot. That was awesome.
Yeah, so that was a classic segment, reviews for the podcast, which you can leave a review. We would like it if they were 5 stars. They don't have to be live your life, but leave a review at iTunes. Go to Apple iTunes, leave us a review, and we'll read it here on the podcast. So that was that, and now tips on being a great hang.
Oh shit, I forgot to plan a tip ahead of time.
I should remind you these things.
You have to
I
remind
also
me.
forgot to leave a tip ahead of time, but
Leave a tip?
or think of a tip ahead of time, but I have a good one,
Okay.
I think.
Fuck. All right, then you go.
Oh, damn it. I was hoping you were going to go. Here's a little tip for being a great hang. Here's a tip if you're at a party. Find a chair and never get up.
That's a great tip.
Yes.
Make them come to you.
Make people come to you. Find a chair in like the middle of stuff and don't ever get up. And if you have to piss, talk some big shit about how you're upset that you have to get out of the chair and all this stuff, and then get someone to fill in the chair for you and then give you the chair back when you come back.
A lower level aspiring friend.
Right. But you can make yourself a big time center of attention if you can be in a chair and make everyone look down. If you can make everyone look at you, if you make everyone look to you while you talk, like stand around you, that's A+ time. So find a chair and never get up.
Okay, that's a good tip.
Thanks.
And I also thought of a tip.
Yes.
Okay, so when you're at a party, right, or any social event, and you see someone you know and you forget their name,
Yeah.
just confidently call them any name. Pick a name, Tom, let's say, or
Sure.
Tim, or Myka even.
Yeah.
And then you say, hey, Myka, and then you make a huge wink. And then it's like you're both in on the joke that you're using the wrong name for some reason they don't know. And now they're a conspirator, and you can keep calling them the wrong name without having to ask them what their name is.
That is legitimately the worst tip I have ever heard in my entire life.
That's a great tip.
No, that will not ever work.
Yes, I bet it has worked.
You
has
do
worked.
that?
Yeah, it's great. Think about it. Okay, so we're at a party, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and I come up to you and I'm like,
Hey, Myka, how have you been?
how's it going, Sean? Wink.
Sean. Oh. Hey, how are you?
Yeah.
Carl. Myka, that sucks. What you do is you find a mutual friend and you say, hey, do you know blah, blah, blah? And you try to reintroduce everybody so that you get
That's
the
an
person's
old
name.
hack tip. And listen, what you really do is you go to your friends and you say, hey, what's that black guy's name? And then they go, oh, I don't know either.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That happens a lot. I go, motherfucker, I've been seeing him every fucking week for fucking 5 weeks. Then you find out, and you were like, oh, that's not a very memorable name, so that makes sense. All right. Well, those were our tips. Myka's tip was bad.
My tip was good. You know what? Try that at home. Let me know how it goes.
Try it at home with what, your wife?
No, not at home. At home. I mean, after the pod.
Oh.
With your
okay.
wife? What?
Yeah,
It's
try
only
Myka's.
You only live in a home if you have a wife. Otherwise, go fuck yourself.
Try Myka's weird fucked up tip of of using a wrong name and winking real big.
I think it's...
Try that tip. Tweet at Myka. Tell her how it goes. I hope it goes well, because that is an insane tip. That is truly insane. Now we have to get to our. We have one more segment before sign-offs.
What is? Oh, right. Speaking ill of the dead.
Speak ill of the dead.
Mm-hmm. Do you have someone to speak ill of?
No, not right now. Do you have someone?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
The person I'd like to speak ill of is my dad's friend Dan.
He's dead?
Yeah, my dad's friend Dan died.
I thought your dad's friend. I thought we were supposed to go meet your dad's friend Dan.
No. My dad has a different friend he wants you to meet. I think Steven or something.
Oh, okay.
My dad, yeah, I don't know. It's a different friend. My dad.
How long ago did Dan die?
I want to say he died like 8 years ago.
Okay.
And before he died, he like lived in the house with my dad. He just kind of like lived with my dad in one of the spare rooms.
Yeah.
And like just basically drank himself to death in that room. And he was a nice guy. I knew him since he was a kid. But that's not going to keep me from speaking ill of him right now. He was a huge alcoholic who drank himself to death. And every year on Thanksgiving, he would we'd be cooking stuff and he wouldn't make jack shit. But the whole time we were cooking stuff, he would just stick his bare hand into stuff to taste it and like lick with his fingers and then like taste it
What
again.
a piece of shit.
Yeah, and it was like insane. And we're like, can you get the fuck out of here if you're not going to help? Like, Dad's friend Dan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, and it'd also be a mildly creepy, be like, oh, you became a real cutie since you grew up. It's like, no.
No.
Don't be doing that shit.
Go.
And then,
Here, take a couple of these airplane bottles and go to your room.
and it was, oh no, they were not airplane bottles.
I know, but you're trying to get them out of there.
Oh my God. He had the grocery store. In Arizona, you can buy hard liquor at the grocery store.
Right, you can do that in India. You can do that almost everywhere but here in
really?
Utah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, the giant gallon bottles of Georgie and shit like
Yeah.
that. So, after he dies, I'm like, let me just take a... Because he died over Thanksgiving. Like, I was supposed to see him, and I was like, fuck. He's going to be, like, sticking his fingers on the Brussels sprouts and shit this year. And then I come home, and he's, like, already dead and shit.
Yeah.
And he had, like, died the week before. And so I was like... So, of course, no one's touched his room. It's like a museum, and I go in, and, it's, like, so weird. First of all, which is really funny, my dad gave him, we lived in Arizona, it's, like, large, it's, like, a 5-bedroom house.
Yeah.
No one lives there anymore. There used to be 3 kids. It made more sense, you know what I
Right.
mean? He gives my Dan the smallest room in the house. All of them have an attached bathroom except for that room. Like, fuck you, Dan.
Why wouldn't he just let him live in any of the other rooms?
It's so insane. Everything about it is so fucking insane, right? Because my dad's also a huge piece of shit.
That's great.
So he was in the smallest room with no whatever. And so I went in there to spy around, and there's just like all these like half empty bottles of Georgie, which you have to give him credit for, because it's like you don't finish one and move on to the next. They're just like at any point in the room.
Right.
And so I'm
just for a man on the go.
Right, a man on the go. So, but I'm sitting there around and I'm like, I'm home and I'm like from college or whatever. I'm like, no sense in letting this go to waste. So I like take a swig.
Oh no, Myka.
Of one of these. And when I'm doing that, like my dad walks in the room and he's like so mad at me. He's like, Myka, you're like not supposed to drink a dead man's liquor. Like that's a thing.
That's not a thing. That's some old West shit, I bet.
But I don't know. But he's like, you're not supposed to drink a dead man's liquor. And I'm just like, I don't know. And I just held it up. I'm like, to Dan.
That's funny.
And that's my dead friend.
All right.
Speaking of the dead.
Well, if we're gonna stay on that path, I'm gonna speak ill of my dad's dead friend, Budweiser Bob.
All right.
I bet you can't guess what he died of.
Let me guess. Hitting his head at the bottom of a pool.
No, that
in
was
Margaritaville.
That was another one of my dad's friends, though. They
okay.
dove into a lake and fucking smashed their head on a pipe, I guess. But no, Budweiser Bob died from drinking, but also I think he died of drinking. I don't know. His name was Budweiser Bob, but he had a restaurant. My dad
He
and
had a spot over his eye. Wait, I think he was a dog.
He was cool because he gave my dad half of his season tickets to the Colts. So we would split the season tickets at the Colts. But that he was also not cool because one time we went to his restaurant and my dad and I both got food poisoning from his restaurant and we vowed never to go back. And Bob, you're a piece of shit for getting me food poisoning that one day.
What did you guys eat?
Just whatever. Just like he made us like a sampler of all like his best shit.
You don't remember one item?
I mean, I remember the items coming out.
Because that's the thing.
They came out hot.
Every time I've gotten food poisoning, it's like no matter what you ate that day, you always instinctually know the thing that made you sick.
It could have been a bunch of stuff. We ate a bunch of shit. It could have just been...
All right.
But yeah. So that's that. And that is the end of the show. Now we have gotten to sign-offs.
All right.
I will sign off first.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening. An extra long episode of the podcast today.
Oh, yeah?
I am, of course, your patreon.com/greathangfriend, or father, Timothy Grady McLaughlin II, your free feed, best friend. Check out the Patreon. We did breakfast tier list, very controversial list, I'd say, but it is now the definitive list of where breakfast items land. So you can check that out at patreon.com/greathang. And I hope you all have a great rest of the day.
And signing off, it is me, your parent tweet hater. And now Timothy hater.
No.
I'm not talking to you for the rest of the night.
That's tight.
You're a waffle stomp queen, waffle stomp princess.
God damn it.
And you're hole digging hater. I said hater too many times.
Yeah, but
I need
that's
to get
okay.
right with God.
Yeah. Okay.
It's me, your friend Myka Fox. Good night.